Hello, and thank you for joining us today for this VIP workshop, How to Grow Your Practice with Public Relations. My name is Lee Reams II. I'm founder and CEO of CountyWorks Pro, and I'm joined today by Rebekah Barton, our Chief Visibility Officer. Rebekah, if you could say hello.
Hi, everybody. I'm super excited to teach you guys about this. I think it's such an important part of managing your firm these days.
Yeah, and we've hired our own PR firm, and we're actually providing a lot of new services to our VIP clients that are PR related. So there's a lot of opportunities for you to build your thought leadership, get more citations, get exposure on some major media sites. We've been published recently in everything from Yahoo to Bloomberg to Forbes, Go Banking, you name it. We've been getting a lot of coverage for both our brands, TaxBuzz, and our VIP clients that are participating in these opportunities to get quoted. So today's webinar is going to talk a lot about what is PR to start, why it's important, and how it affects your rankings in SEO, thought leadership, et cetera. So today's agenda, we will have an introduction. We're going to talk about EAT, E-A-T, and YMYL. These are very important terms, and you're going to understand soon why. What is domain authority? Why PR is crucial for SEO? How much does PR cost? And obviously, with you're a VIP Premier client with us, we are giving you these services at a fraction, literally a fraction of the cost of the investment for a full PR firm. We will talk about how to benchmark success and PR do's and don'ts. So about this webinar is approximately 30 minutes long. There will be no CPE credit. This workshop is designed for US-based small tax and accounting practices. However, any other business or practice may benefit. So let's get started. An introduction. Basically, what is PR versus marketing? So marketing focuses on reaching prospects and clients to increase sales for a firm. Public relations, PR, as we're calling it, focuses on creating and maintaining a positive image for a firm or brand, whilst also building positive relationships with the firm's stakeholders. So we're going to talk about how PR will help benefit your firm. So let's start with the first terms. These are Google terms. And I love this example. We're laughing about it, abdominal pain. But if someone's doing a search and has abdominal pain, they probably will see WebMD as the number one researcher on the top of the search results, right? So why is that? Well, WebMD is considered a trusted website. It is reputable, and they have qualified content creators that are also trusted, right? And they have articles that are reviewed to make sure that they are accurate. So expert reviewers that guarantee accurate content. So EAT is an acronym that stands for expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. So this is a principle that Google uses to determine the effectiveness and quality of search results. So the higher your EAT score, I guess is a good way to say it. Rebekah might say that right, is the higher the variable, the higher your brand is thought of for expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness, the higher your brand will show in search. So Rebekah, kind of explain that.
Yes. So one thing I wanted to point out for sure is that the more your name is on the internet, on authoritative websites, the higher your own website is likely to rank because your name is attached to it. So these people who are reviewing these articles, that sort of thing, they themselves also have an EAT score, so to speak. And the more you appear on these very reputable websites, the more Google is going to bolster your own stuff. So basically, EAT matters because Google wants people to find authoritative content. They want people to find content they can trust. And obviously, the better known a website is, the more backlog they have of high authority articles, the higher they're going to rank. So I hope that kind of explained it a bit more. Lee, I don't know if there's anything more specific you want me to get into.
No, I think we're just trying to say, hey, get your name out there on major websites that rank higher. And you'll notice Google basically is ranking as many of the high, the big media sites. And when we talk about Bloomberg, we talk about Wall Street Journal, CNN, whatever, we can go on and on. The more your name is shown on these websites, that is a signal to Google that says, hey, this person knows what they're talking about. we're going to rank their brand overall across the internet higher. So let's go, we'll define it real quick. Expertise is search quality raters will review the page's creator to determine if they are qualified or have the credentials to be an expert author or on any given topic. Authoritativeness, this refers to the overall reputation within your industry. Google quality raters will review the authoritativeness of the creator, of the content, the website, and the content itself. And then trustworthiness is search quality raters will review the trustworthiness of the content, creator, and site. So as a creator, you must be factually accurate, include trustworthy sources, and avoid spam ads. What we're doing for our professionals in the Get Quoted and these PR opportunities really is fueling your EAT scores. So when we ask for quotes, when we give you these opportunities, jump on them. And why it's important in the tax and accounting space is because there's an acronym, YMYL, and what Google cares about is your money, your life. So they put even more emphasis on putting trustworthy content out there. So if people, and think about this, what they're trying to do is suppress any fraudsters, people making claims, people trying to sell financial products that aren't, that are basically going to try to steal your money. So any topic surrounding money, life, and health, and we're particularly money and life, right, can be significant influencing or impacting your readers. Thus, the principle of EAT is particularly important for the tax and accounting type of subject matters, right? So that is why there's even more of a benefit here in what we're trying to talk about. So what is domain authority? So domain authority is an indicator of how well a website will perform and rank on any search engine. The problem with domain authority for most tax and accounting brands is you're going to have a low domain authority. You do not have enough content. You're not publishing enough content. Your brand is not popular enough to really rank super high or have a high domain authority. You can rank high on your little niches in your areas, but if you wanted to get real traffic, I'm talking about traffic that you see on these major sites, you need to have super high domain authority. And that's why it's important to get your name and your brand cited on Bloomberg. Okay. So it measures a website's domain SEO power and overall authoritativeness on a given topic. So we're going to talk about how you can check your domain authority, but Rebekah, there's a little more of an SEO boost here, but it's part of the algorithm. Can you kind of go into that a little bit?
Yeah. So I think specifically in your money, your life subject matter, it can be very challenging and almost discouraging to try to build domain authority because the big guns, MSNBC, Bloomberg, Forbes, these sites we've already mentioned, they have so much authority that they are just going to outrank everyone because Google trusts them in those very sensitive areas that could significantly impact people's life and finances. So one thing that's great about what we're doing from a PR standpoint is that once your name starts appearing on these sites and you're getting backlinks and you're getting your name out there and people are reading your name, your domain authority is going to increase because you are now linked to these major websites. So that's kind of the SEO connection, is that the more you're linked, backlinking. I always talk about backlinking on these webinars. You guys are probably sick of me saying it, but backlinks are so important. And getting those links from those big websites back to your website is such a huge part of SEO and domain authority.
All right. So domain authority, and I think Rebekah said, we're just going to keep repeating ourselves. Authority is a ranking factor for Google and other search engines. There's a direct correlation between a high score and higher ranking. So I think you guys understand this. So let's talk about a little bit about how to improve. Rebekah kind of went into this. What are best practices? Get links from other websites that have high domain authority. Oh my God, that's really hard to do. But guess what? CountingWorks Pro offers this service for our VIPs now. We offer the ability to get quoted. We have opportunities to have articles and get quoted as an expert every week right now. We probably have 1 to 2 articles that we're getting TaxBuzz specifically, or any of our professionals quoted in major media websites, right? So we're doing this for you. Do not include spammy links. That's the wrong way to do it. Get links from real websites, not websites that fake their domain authority scores. So what we're getting at is if you try to play the the cheating game with PR, you're going to have problems building domain authority. So what we're offering our VIP clients now is the correct way to do that. So if you want to find your domain authority, you can use sites like Moz's Link Explorer. Ahrefs has it as well. You can type in your domain name, see what your domain authority is, and then you can type in Forbes and look at their domain authority and compare. TaxBuzz is moving way up. And as we continue to build our authority on TaxBuzz, we're able to showcase our clients on a high domain authority site. And guess what? We're giving you that opportunity, part of your subscription. So what is considered a good domain authority score? Anything at 30 to 60, 60 and higher is when you're getting into the major media websites. And then, some of these are up in the 90s. So when you're on a Wall Street Journal, for example, those are the kind of domain authority scores they're going to have. So why is PR crucial for SEO? So it's an important aspect of any SEO strategy because through spreading awareness about your practice, it can help provide valuable opportunities for mentions. And as Rebekah has been saying, backlinks, I'll say it as well, across various channels. So we're going to get into, let's see why PR is so important in the success you have with search engines. So I think everybody can agree they want to rank higher on Google. We're giving you the easiest tool available at a price without spending, and we're going to talk about how much PR costs in your VIP products, right? So links, we're talking about them, links and citations. So again, I'm going to just describe a citation again. It's any mention of your brand on the internet. And on a higher domain authority site, that is more important, okay? It doesn't necessarily have to be linked or not. You're still going to get some credibility on Google from it. So these are some of the most important ranking signals when it comes to Google search and other search engines. So while it's becoming increasingly difficult to get quality links, PR can help establish links and mentions from influential and powerful websites. So if you're able to get coverage in any mainstream media sites, this can elevate your SEO performance and deliver long-term benefits. That is the whole concept of what we offer our VIP clients. It is a long-term evergreen approach, right? So once you start building and getting more and more citations, once we do our citation building, which is part of your subscription, now you add on the ability to get quoted. We're supercharging your ability for long-term evergreen traffic. And what that means is once you start ranking better, you're going to see more and more coverage on the amount of keywords that you're ranking for, and it's going to build upon itself year after year. This is not a PPC ad where you're paying for display ad and you're getting traffic for a short period of time. You might blow your entire budget. This is something that once you invest in it long-term, it's going to give you results and ROI for years to come. Brand recognition. Do you want to be a thought leader, right? So what does this do? It establishes yourself as a recognizable brand, creates a sense of trust with your clients. Now, when they Google you and you were featured in Bloomberg, guess what's going to happen? You're going to have your website probably number one. You might have your TaxBuzz profile with your reviews or your Google profile with your reviews. And then you're going to see some articles that you're mentioning. Oh, this person was on Go Banking. This person had a Yahoo Finance article. They were mentioning it. So that is crucial when you're having, think about it, referral sources. They're Googling you. What do they see? Oh, wow, this is a 5-star. Look at all these great reviews. Oh, they were mentioned in a Bloomberg article. This is unbelievable, right? So it builds trust and it makes you more recognized. So these are kind of the important things. Of course, what it does is it helps you rank better. So reputation management. So we have obviously done many other VIP workshops talking about your reputation and how important reviews are. But let's talk about a little bit of how reviews and successful PR work when someone Googles your name. So think about someone that was referred to you. They Google your name. Your website comes up number one. Your review profiles, hopefully on your TaxBuzz profile with 50 to 100 reviews, 5-star reviews. Your Google profiles are all 5-star reviews. You proactively have attracted these, right? And then if you're getting cited on some major articles, you're going to see a link to your Bloomberg article that you were cited in, or Forbes, or whatever it is, right? Now think about that as a first impression for your prospects or a referral. Wow, so someone referred this business to me. They are, one, their website looks great, it's professional, it's modern. Second, they have all these other people validating that this is a great firm to work with. And now they're also a thought leader, they're an expert, they're being quoted in mainstream media articles. That's the way it works, right? So what we also say is if you are proactive with attracting reviews, if you do have that one disgruntled person, and then you get a 1-star review, it's not 4 reviews and 1 star, and now it's ruining your ranking, right? Or your review profile. Now you're just buried it with 30 or 40 others, and you can have a nice response. You can try to work it out with that person, but the reality is it doesn't hurt you long term. So what we think is you can build trust through a legitimate PR strategy that puts your name on these reliable, authoritative websites. Social proof. With successful PR coverage, leads are more likely to convert. I kind of just was covering this because they don't recognize your name from mainstream media they trust. Although the term social proof didn't originate from social media, that what people see in social media, what people see on the search results kind of is the truth right now. They believe those are the authority sites. So if you do a good job of having a lot of social proof, and just to go into this again, case studies, testimonials, review sites, that's social proof. Social proof is also other people talking about you. So if you're mentioned in these articles, if you're being interviewed, that's social proof that you know what you're talking about.
And I think another thing,
go ahead.
Just to mention on that really quickly too, is that when people see your name on these major websites or see your name on social media, or you're even sharing your own articles from these major websites, that is a really great way to get your name out there so people will Google you too. So you're not entirely reliant on where you're ranking, because you will always rank first for your own business. So if people see your name and love what you say, and they're like, wow, I want to search this firm, it can also increase instances of people looking you up specifically, which I think is a really important thing we don't talk a lot about.
I concur. So now we're getting into the fun stuff. So getting coverage. We're going to talk about ways you can do PR on your own. And then we're going to get into, well, we do it for you. So as mentioned previously, the best PR coverage for you will depend on your firm's goals and who you want to target. So there are many different approaches to getting covered. And we're going to talk about 11 different techniques. And now you're going to go, oh my God, this is a lot of work. But the reality is a lot of the things we've done have just basically given you very short periods of time that we need from you to get real bang for your buck, so to speak. So number one, you can write press releases. Press releases are an excellent way to let the right media outlets know about exciting developments at your firm. So you write a strong press release, you put it out through one of the wires, you can easily get picked up by more, I think, local. A lot of times, let's say you're in Newport Beach and the OC Register picks up your press release because you are a Newport Beach local company. The opportunity there is greater that a local trade or a journalist will pick up and maybe talk about you and call you, right? So that's number one. Number two, specialist media networks. So those specialist media networks connect firms with specific industries, with journalists and news outlets that specialize in that vertical. Let's say you work with dentists. Find the dental trade magazines, and you can start reaching out to them directly. Let's say you have some cash flow tips or startup tips for a dental office. You can be a resource for people that write in these trades, right? You can also look at some different hashtags. So follow hashtags like journo request or PR request on Twitter for PR opportunities that could get you featured on relevant media outlets. That's number three. Number four, campaigns. Search trending topics to create blog series or ad campaigns that will get people talking. And what might happen here is a journalist that is looking to write about a topic that you've been blogging about, they Google you or they see you on social media, for example, if you have some paid campaign, they may see a lot of activity and reach out to you to become an expert, get quoted or be an expert in one of their articles. Number 5, partner with a charity. Journalists love to cover brands doing something that helps others, so consider a charity partnership. Number 6, we never talk about reviews, but some firms exchange a free tax or accounting service for a review of that product or service from a popular local media personality. So that's another way to get coverage. Use research or data. So identify industry trends and try to offer something new in the space. Journalists love that kind of content. And what we do right now with our PR agency is we're pitching for example, I just had my Chat GPT article featured in Bloomberg. They featured it in multiple of their brands, and I pitched to them, hey, I want to do an article in Chat GPT. We've tested it with some technical support questions, and these are the results. And that article got picked up purely because we were pitching this content to them. So at any point every week, we have meetings with our PR firm, and we go through what are the things that we can pitch right now. So anytime we have maybe 3 to 5 opportunities that we're pitching to journalists, and you also have an opportunity if they say, hey, we're going to do this. Rebekah and her team are reaching out to you guys and say, hey, do you have time to get quoted here? So we do that research. We come up with these pitches. We see what's trending, and we do that for you, which leads into the Get Quoted service that we're offering now. This is, if you're doing it on your own, be ready when a journalist needs a quote for a piece they are writing. Guess what? The best way to do this is to be one of our pro VIPs, right? Because we're giving you the daily. I mean, Rebekah, how often are we asking? And we're also doing quote pools. Talk about quote pools real quick.
Yeah, so the quote pools are really, really interesting. So basically, if you give us quotes for an article and you're not used, we are keeping these banks of quotes so you can be used down the line without us even reaching out to you, which is awesome because it means absolutely no work on your end. So there's actually an opportunity here to fill out one of our forms or our requests one time, and you may get used in multiple publications. So it's a lot of bang for your buck. And again, we're doing most of the legwork here. So it's just a little bit of work for you to keep your eye on your inbox for these requests coming in. It usually takes maybe 5 minutes to provide the quotes, and then you shoot them back to us, and then we just put them in this repository for you.
Yeah, and the reality, Rebekah, is all of these journalists are on super tight deadlines. They're just pumping out content. And when they need a resource, if we've already, a lot of times we're pitching this to our audience and say, hey, this is someone's writing an article about, student loan debt forgiveness. If we have quotes from you and it wasn't picked up, it goes into our pool. And then all of a sudden another writer somewhere else is writing about the same topic. Guess what? Now we have an expert ready to go on that time deadline. So they pick it up, and then, that's another way to get exposure. So it's worth the time invested to provide us as much as you can. Use photos, use high quality photos unique to your brand. All of your content should feature these high res images to set you apart. We tell you to do this as well on your website. Make it as personal as possible. I'm getting a little off topic. We have some clients that are jumping on this, getting away from kind of the commodity generalist, hey, this is what tax and accounting images look like. No, put yourself on there, put your team on there. Make the pictures of the actual target audience you work with, right? So high-end photography, custom photography does a huge job in making you stand out on the internet. And it is all about the user experience. And if a journalist lands on your website and they're looking for an expert that's dealing with the restaurant industry, for example, and your website is loaded with imagery and social proof about restaurant owners, guess who they're going to talk to? It's going to be you. Number 10, tell a story. Go ahead, Rebekah. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say that's so important. And I think it's something that people don't realize, the importance of having those images on your website or in your blog post that you're writing yourself or on your social media, and how that plays into getting PR coverage. Because I have worked in a news writing field previously. I have been the person writing articles, and I know 100% I would go for the person with the great website who had great aesthetics over someone else. So I think the more focus you put on that and just on building that brand, the better off you're going to be when it comes to any kind of PR effort.
Yeah, I mean, they're making judgment calls. They're basically looking at your site and saying, my reputation's on the line. Is this person credible or not? And if you have, I call it a dated, like our competitors all have the same commodity looking websites. It's going to be hard for that journalist to say, oh yeah, let's pick this, this generic commodity site versus someone has personality, looks professional. So I think that's important. Telling a story, getting into the narrative side here. I think it's important to use that when you write any of your articles. If you're doing PR, it puts the reader in the shoes, right? So definitely use that type of technique when you're writing things. And then 11, current events. So you want to give journalists a reason to link to your business on a trendy topic. We're all into news. So TaxBuzz News right now is being syndicated to Newsbreak and some other websites. We're literally getting millions of people seeing our news articles. We're asking you guys to get cited, be experts, take advantage of that opportunity, right? So we're doing a lot of this for you. If you did it on your own, current events, news articles, that's why like trending on Twitter is so important. If you go through a news cycle, you can get a lot of exposure, a lot of traffic very quickly. So how much does PR cost? This is the good one. And I don't even think we're going to hit it the proper number, but public relations is typically earned media while advertising is paid media, right? So earned media, you're not paying, for that citation. You're not blowing all your money on Google, okay? So in PR, your goal is to earn media placement while advertising requires you to purchase media placement. I think it's pretty basic to understand. So the cost of PR. Typically, monthly retainers with a PR agency range from $2,000 to $5,000 on the low end to $20,000 to $50,000 on the high end. I personally worked with 3 different PR firms. Our current PR firm is incredible. We are not on the low end, but we have a team that is working with us every week and getting us great results. And that is therefore giving you, our VIP customers, great results as well. So look for an agency's ability to write, research, strategize, and use their creativity. I have found also that firms, the one we uses an AI approach as well. They are able to find out what people are searching, what people are reading. And then therefore we tailor our pitches. So think about this is the way it works. So let's say an article takes off, it starts trending. Let's just say the Wall Street Journal wrote about it. What you'll see is a race to write about the same subject by all the other media players. So what is nice is if you have a firm like ours who is tracking that, we can quickly adapt to an article that's trending and get our clients, our subscribers quoted in those articles. So as we've said, at Countermoves Pro, we do this part for our VIP clients. And we did not increase, we just added that as a free service. So best practices, if you are hiring a PR agency versus using what we're giving you, we're kind of telling you in a nice way how lucky you are that we're doing this, okay? It is, I thought it was important. It was the one aspect that we did not offer to our clients previously. And I said, you know what? I would rather our clients outrank everybody. We'll absorb the cost of this and the infrastructure across our entire VIP client base. And that's what we're doing. But if you decide to go to your own and hire a PR agency, I consider short contracts, because if you hire the wrong firm and they're not performing, you can get out. Otherwise, you can be stuck at a contract that would be painful, right? Every month you're going, oh my, why did I do this? So expect transparent performance reporting. You want to clearly see the work being done and how it is affecting your company. Communicate consistently with your PR specialists. We do weekly meetings. We also Slack basically daily. Since this is a collaborative effort, you want to be included in every process. So I don't believe most of you are going to hire a PR firm. We're obviously trying to sell you, we are doing this for you if you weren't aware of it. And these are kind of the benefits. So PR do's and don'ts. PR do's, have a clear company message or story. Do's, reach out to journalists proactively. There's also HARO, that help a reporter out. Is it Haro or Haro? I call it Haro. So anyways, help a reporter out. And that is a service where if you sit there and look at all these different options, you can do this on your own without having a PR agency. I guess the problem is it's just you don't have enough time in the day. And a lot of times you don't have the credibility. They don't listen to you. With a PR agency behind you, there's much more credibility in that PR firm that the media trusts them, that you will get picked up. Trying to do it on your own is difficult. 3, identify which media outlets you want to target. Do I want to go after financials? Do I want to go after, again, targeted verticals? Stay up to date with news related to your industry. You can use Google News to see this a lot of times, but Twitter does this as well. You can see what's trending, what topics are working. Every morning when I wake up, I start Googling some of the terms that I know, and I can see very quickly what opportunities are for us to develop content around it. But this is early, we're talking like the 5 a.m. You start looking and then you decide, okay, let's do this. So assume everything you say will be on the record. So be very careful on what you say if you're being interviewed, because understand they may use something that you don't want to use. So make sure that you're very professional. Make sure you don't say flippant things. With the don'ts, assume media will always be writing about you. stalk or overwhelm media professionals with messages. They are very busy. And actually, Rebekah, add to that. Like, it's a crazy world when you're dealing with deadlines, and the pressure is changed. The business has changed. It's a click-driven, revenue-driven model now versus maybe the old days. So Rebekah, add a little color there.
Yeah, so I think it's really important, like Lee was saying, to remember that these people are on strict deadlines. A lot of them have metrics to meet, things like that you don't even know about. And honestly, the worst thing you can do is push a point. If they want you, they will come after you. And I think one of the benefits of having a PR firm behind you is that they can mitigate that problem on your behalf. So you're not constantly having to walk this line of, do I need to go after this person again? Did they get my message? Did they not? Should I push it? Should I send something else? It's a very challenging, stressful thing to do, especially when you don't know what they're up against and what their company is telling them. So definitely a don't. You're less likely to get coverage the more you push. It sounds a little counterintuitive, but it's definitely true.
Perfect. And then 3, approach the media if you haven't already researched them. And that's, again, why having a PR firm is so important. They already have these relationships in most of these. 4, take rejection personally. They may use other people who, don't get upset. And of course, don't lie or give them bad information. That's the easiest way to kind of ruin the entire strategy. So if this all sounds great, but you don't know where to start, that's where CountyWorks Pro comes in. Okay. So thanks to our new partnership, we're thrilled to give you the opportunity to be quoted in major publications like Forbes, Business Insider. We're being interviewed by Accounting Today tomorrow. And many more. I was in Bloomberg last week. It's amazing how many different trades and opportunities we're seeing right now. So if you want your firm to thrive, you need to be part of this exciting program, which means, please, when you get these emails and these opportunities, spend the time. You do that 5 minutes. And the more it's a little bit of pain for huge gain. And if you can get, an extra 5 or 10 major citations compared to your competitors, I guarantee you they're not getting this opportunity, right? You can outrank them very easily. This is a way to move the needle.
And it's a snowball effect. I think it's important to know, we've kind of said it, but I think the more times you're mentioned, the more quotes you give us, the more times you're in that quote pool, the more likely you are to be used. And there is this snowball effect to PR and to citations and to link building and to SEO in general. The more you're on the internet in a positive way, the more visibility you're going to have. So it's definitely worth those few minutes. I did want to note too, make sure that our emails that were in your contact list, I've had a couple of people tell me that the requests are going to spam. So make sure you add us to your contact list so you're getting all of those opportunities easily.
Yeah. So actually, Rebekah, for those that for whatever reason never saw any of our press releases about this service, didn't understand or realize that we're doing this now for our VIPs, explain to them what they need to do or where to reach out to get on this program.
Yeah, absolutely. So you should automatically be getting these emails from us, and it will have a subject line that tells you what the opportunity is. You click on it, there's going to be a way for you to submit your quote to us, and then it will just come to us. We'll get it over to the PR agency and they will submit to the reporters. So it's very easy on your end. The only thing you have to do is reply to the email. If you have questions, if you need anything, please schedule a meeting with me. I'm happy to discuss it, to explain more about how it works, but it's really pretty straightforward as long as you just make sure that you're getting those emails in your inbox.
All right, perfect. So I want to thank everyone for joining us on this review of what PR is all about and how it can really benefit your firm. We hope you enjoy this new opportunity. We look forward to helping our tax and accounting professionals continue to thrive and grow in the coming years. So again, thank you for joining us.